In this video, we're going to tell you about 5 banks that would give a new LLC $50,000 with no docs. Did you know that most businesses fail because of a lack of capital? Where if you watch this video to the end, that may not happen to you or your business.
Okay, money magnets, let's dive into what products they have to offer and how they can benefit you. So the first bank is American Express. Well, I know you're wondering, is American Express a bank? Yes, it is, because you can get a checking account with American Express and there's no monthly fees. That right there can be a cash flow changer. Now, we always talk about building relationships with bank, and this is one that you want to build a relationship with. Holding these prestigious cards in your wallet could most definitely be a cash flow changer for you. But let's talk about which cards they have. They have 0% interest and no annual fee. So the first card is the Blue Cash Preferred card. Now this card has some really great benefits. So it gives you 6% cash back on all supermarket purchases up to $6,000, as well as it gives you 6% cash back on US streaming subscriptions. So if you love those Netflix, this is the card that you want to put it on. As well as it gives you 3% cash back on all transit. Keep in mind, you also can earn $300 cash back when you spend $3,000 in purchases on this card within the first 6 months. Now, let's look at the next card that they have, which is the Blue Cash Everyday card. Now, this card also gives you 3% cash back on supermarket purchases up to $6,000, as well as 3% cash back on purchases on retail. So if you're going shopping, just say you need a suit for a business meeting, then you can get cash back on this particular purchases up to $6,000, as well as 3% cash back up to $6,000 on gas. Now, keep in mind, money magnets, you can also get up to $250 bonus cash back when you spend up to $2,000 on this credit card when you have it in the first 6 months. Now, that $250 is going to come back to you in the form of a statement credit. Now, I know, money magnets, we always want to hold that prestigious American Express Platinum card in our wallet, but that comes with a $695 fee. When Marvin and I first was able to get approved for this card, we were able to get 3 cards at one time. The other thing that I love about American Express, you only need to pull your credit one time and get in their ecosystem, and you don't have to worry about getting your credit pulled again as long as you stay in good standing with them. But Marvin, let's check out what else we have to offer.
Now, guys, make sure you like and share this video. If you have any experience with any of these banks, drop a comment below. We have a special surprise for you in the middle of this video, so definitely stick around. Next, we're going to talk about Chase Bank. With Chase Bank, make sure you open up a business bank account first, the Chase Complete Bank account. With this bank account, they also give you merchant services and they give you a host of benefits. Now, if I was starting off as a business client with Chase Bank, I would deposit up to $5,000 in that account. And then if you got time and you're not in a rush, at least have that bank account about 90 days so that you can do a bunch of deposits and withdrawals, and definitely use your debit card to let them know that you really want a relationship with them. Now that you've had that bank account about 90 days, now let's start to look at the 5 credit cards that they offer. They have them in 2 categories. They have them in cash back and they also have them in travel rewards. Now they have the Ink Business Premier, the Ink Business Unlimited, the Ink Business Cash, the Ink Business Preferred, and the Sapphire Reserve for Business. Now, we happen to have the Ink Business Cash, and I like to talk about the Ink Business Unlimited because both of these cards will offer 0% for 12 months. And that's the great thing about it, because if you're a new business, you don't want to pay interest. It's not what you make, it's actually what you keep. So think about it. If you got 12 months interest free. You got more money for marketing, more money to hire employees, or maybe you need to buy some equipment. And having a great relationship with Chase will allow you to do all of that. And let me not forget, they will offer you referral fees if you refer another business client to open up a business bank account. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop my link below if you wanna open up a business bank account with Chase. And guys, keep in mind, this is one of the biggest banks in the United States, and it's great to have a relationship. So if you already have a Chase card on the personal side, more than likely you will get approved on the business side. Also, after you get approved for a Chase card, remember their limits go up to $75,000. And let's just say you had an LLC and you had another business that was a sole proprietor. You can get two businesses funded at Chase with two different cards. But keep in mind, guys, if you combine those limits, you can have one card with a larger limit. And remember, if you're actually approved, you can ask for an increase every 6 months. Make sure when you're in the app, if you get an increase in your business, update your annual income. That will help you every 6 months when it comes time to get an increase. Now, keep in mind, they have a 5 and 24 rule, which means you can't have 5 new cards within the last 24 months. Otherwise, Chase will give you an automatic denial. And guys, look, let's talk about what bureau they pull. They usually pull Experian, but we have seen in some cases, they will pull Experian and TransUnion. I believe it kind of depends on where you actually live at. And guys, if you get a relationship with Chase, protect it at all costs. And let me tell you one other tip we found out. In case you had a bad relationship with Chase in the past, call their collections line and see if you can settle. We've seen that after a period of time with some of the businesses we've gotten approved in the past, they would just waive that collection because it's uncollectible, which gives you a new opportunity to start over with Chase. And if you're looking to raise up to $250,000, we have a new AI that will pre-qualify you through 330 banks. We don't need your social security to get you pre-approved. And if you look in the description below, you can set up a free business strategy call where Gloria and I can help you raise $250,000 for your business. But Gloria, let's tell them about the next bank.
Okay, money magnets. The next bank is Bank of America. Now, we know Bank of America is one of the largest banks, and they're doing big things right now. So, the first thing you want to do is build a relationship with them. Now, they have two different types of business checking accounts. They have the fundamental banking and they have the relationship banking, which is the business advantage account. Now, Marvin and I talk about all the time how important it is to build a banking relationship with the institution, because once you build that relationship, it opens the doors for them to give you more. Okay, the next thing about this bank is they have 4 different credit cards. Now, all of these cards have no annual fee. And when Marvin and I decided to open up an account with Bank of America for our restaurant, it was so easy to get approved for one of these credit cards. Now, these credit cards are really nice to hold in your wallet. We decided to go with the Business Advantage Travel Rewards card. Now, this card came with a lot of great benefits. So it gave us 30,000 bonus points when we opened up our bank account and we decided to go with this card. We earned unlimited 1.5 points on every dollar that we spend. And we use this card a lot for our restaurant for a lot of large purchases. Being that Marvin and I travel all the time, this is the card that we decided to go with. So you should look at which card benefits you as well as benefits your business. Now, the next card that they have is the Business Advantage Unlimited Rewards card. They also have the Business Advantage Custom Cash Rewards MasterCard, and they also have a Platinum Plus Master Rewards card. Now, the only thing that you do want to keep in mind with Bank of America, all of their cards are MasterCards, and they also have a MasterCard Reward Center that I find that I can go shopping on. I just love this. These cards also have no annual fees, and you have 9 months of 0% interest when you hold this card in your wallet. Now, on the Platinum Plus MasterCard, they don't give you that same option. So keep that in mind. But money magnets, you always want to find what's going to benefit you the most when you're choosing your banking solution. Now, Marvin, let's see what other banks that have 0% interest.
All right, up next, guys, we're going to talk about US Bank. We've sent a lot of our students and mentees to US Bank. I'm going to tell you, they're kind of conservative. So if you're a new business and you're going to open up a bank account, I would definitely say give it about 90 days so you'll get favorable credit limits. Now, when you open up your business checking account, you can earn up to $900 with the bank account. Once I open up my bank account, I would make several deposits and use my debit card to do withdrawals. Let them know that you want to do business with them. And I'm going to tell you another secret that a lot of people forget about. Look at some of their other products. Meet with the bankers. Tell them you're interested in merchant services, maybe a treasury management account. Maybe you're going to look at equipment. You don't realize you have an internal banking score with every bank. If you deposit up to $5,000, you really raise your internal banking score with US Bank. And guys, look at each one of the credit cards that they have. They have 5 credit cards. They have the US Bank Altitude. They have the US Bank Altitude Connect. They have the US Bank Triple Cash Rewards. They have the US Bank Business Leverage. And the one that I like the most, they have the US Bank Business Platinum, which offers you 0% for 12 months. So it depends on your lifestyle or the type of business that you have. If you're going for points, definitely look at the US Bank Altitude card and the US Bank Business Altitude. They will offer you up to 75,000 bonus points. And remember, with US Bank, they're all about relationship. I've seen them come with some low approvals up front, but if you keep that card, you pay on time, when you go to ask for increases, I've seen favorable increases. And keep in mind, guys, with every bank that we're talking about, Gloria and I have business relationship managers where we can help you get approved with your new LLC. But for the best results, you want an LLC that's at least 2 years old. And the better your cash flow, the better the approvals. Now, US Bank will pull your TransUnion. With all of the apps that we've put in over the years, we've always seen them pull TransUnion. But I just heard recently, as of June 2025, they have a new system where they're giving better approvals. So if you need an account review after you get your first approval, don't be scared to call in and say, please review my account. I have great credit. Even though I have a new business, look at my credit and can I be eligible for an increase? And we've seen that work time and time again. But Gloria, let's make sure we tell them the mistakes not to make on the apps.
Okay, money magnets. Now, you want to make sure that your address is correct on your credit report. You don't have any fraud alerts or freezes. That's really important. And always make sure that your early warning and your check systems is clear, especially when you're opening up a bank account. Marvin and I have mentored a lot of business owners. So you want to make sure that you pay all of your fees, your Secretary of State fees. Make sure that everything is lined up with your business, because we've seen so many times where clients have made mistakes because they didn't pay their fees. Their address may not have been correct. And when you come into our mentorship program, those are some of the things that we look at, because it's really important when we're talking about getting those high limit credit cards. So you don't want to miss out on $50,000 just because you didn't have your address correct or because you had a fraud alert on your credit report. Now, you want to make sure that you have a 700 credit score or above in order to get the highest approval for these credit cards, and make sure that you think about building a relationship. We talk about relationships all the time. Banking is going to relationship banking nowadays. But Marvin, I know that you saved the best for last. Let's dive into the last bank that you have to offer so we can show our money magnets how to get to the bag.
Now we're going to talk about PNC Bank. This is one of the top 10 banks in America and a great bank for you to actually do business with. So let's start off with the checking account. One of the first checking accounts they offer is the PNC Business Bank checking account. Also, you can upgrade to the PNC Checking Plus, or you may need a Treasury Enterprise plan. Either way, open up a bank account, try to put at least $5,000 in. We've seen the best results when you actually keep an account for 90 days and use that account, guys. Make deposits, make withdrawals, send a wire transfer. Let them realize that you actually want to do business with them. Also, look at their merchant services. They have great products when it comes to merchant services, and now they're offering competitive rates to a lot of the merchant services out there. And guys, look, let's talk about the business credit cards. They offer 5 business credit cards, but the 2 in particular I really like is the Business Cash Rewards, also the PNC Visa Business Card. What I loved about these cards, one is 0% for 9 months, the other one is 0% for 13 months. Because keep in mind, you are a brand new business. You want to get the cheapest money as possible for as long as you can. And I don't know if you thought about this strategy. We gave you 5 banks that have 0%. If you actually stagger and plan this out, you can have 0% for 2 years, maybe 3 years. It's 5 banks. You could actually plan this out for about 5 years, guys. Think about it. You're not going to let that happen to you because you're going to plan out your purchases. You're going to plan out your balance transfers so that you can ride out this 0% for as long as you can.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, I have a gem.
What you got, Glo?
If you're a struggling business and you need to raise more capital, check out this next video.
I'm Mr. Smith.
And I'm Mrs. Smith.
And we're here to help empower your finances.